with the Biddy, and for this week's Biddy Bits, no pun intended, I am going to answer a question that I get asked in my DMs at least once a week, which is, does penis size matter? I know this would be a really, really fun and successful video if the answer was just yes or no. But unfortunately, it's just way more complicated. In order to answer this question, we first have to determine what we're even asking. Does it matter to what? What I think the question I'm being asked is, does dick size matter for pleasure and does it matter for sex? In order to answer that question, there's even more unpacking where we have to ask, to whom? Does it matter to you, the person in possession of the penis, or to the person who is potentially observing, interacting with, or receiving the penis? Who defines pleasure and what the fuck is sex? And even further to that, we must ask the question of what is penis? Are we talking about penis that is biological without intervention, or penises that have been crafted through the use of hormones and surgeries? Are we talking about penises that have been manufactured out of glass or silicone or other materials? No, really, look it up. Humanity has been making dicks out of all kinds of things, like since the beginning of humans. We find dicks made out of all kinds of things, stone, wood, leather, in caves, in tombs, like tens of thousands of year old dicks, ancient dicks. What do we mean? But again, I think the question I'm being asked is, if I don't have a big old dick, am I going to be successful at sex, or are people going to want to have sex with me? I want to acknowledge that the answer to that is, again, yet another question, which is that what's big? It's so subjective. You know, I'm always so fascinated by this idea that there is like an average dick size, or that you can quantify that by different demographics of people. And I just want to know, who are the people having their dicks measured? And like, what is the educational path to get the dick measuring job? Look, I love big dick and I cannot lie, but that is by no means going to be the make or break of whether I have sex with somebody. Sex is so many things, some and a lot of which has nothing to do with even genitals. Good sex, pleasure, is about communication. It's about seeing others as whole, flexibility, emotional flexibility, affection, compassion, empathy, open-mindedness. It's about hormones. It's about time of day. It's about mental health. For a lot of people, good sex is about introspection and the dismantling of internalized narratives about who pleasure is for and whether you should be even having sex. It's about patience, friendship. It's about love. It's about being an animal. Trust. It's about letting go. It's about taking control. Consent. Good sex can be about money. It can be about stability. There's so many things. Weather, seasons, literally, scientifically, people are hornier in warm climates or in seasonal places the summer because vitamin D improves testosterone production, which is linked to horniness. Passion, lube, comprehension. It's about lighting. Presence, escape, mood, food. Have you just had a big meal? Are you thirsty? Are you dehydrated? How you feel about yourself? How you feel about your partners? But let's say you are someone who has a penis and you want to have sex with somebody, and that person is rejecting you because they've determined that the size of yours is not what they're looking for. Then that sucks, and that kind of rejection feels fucking terrible, and we don't ever want to be reduced to any one part of our body or personality or self. And when it comes to sex, it feels like so inextricably linked to our self-worth, self-love, body image, all of those things. So in no way do I want to discount how it might feel, but what I would say is to get real clear and confident in yourself about what sex is to you and how you want to experience pleasure with others. Communicate that with your partners or potential partners. Invite them to do the same. There are so many can do at sex without a penis. You don't even need a penis or phallus type thing to be having sex. So figure out how to do other shit. Also, always very important to remember that you are never entitled to having sex with someone just because you want to or you think you should. I will leave you with the advice that I give about any body image issue, which is if you have a body that lies outside of the, mainstream beauty standard or norm, my suggestion is exposure therapy. Thankfully, we live in an era with internet, Instagram, pornography. I encourage you to go out there and start to look for bodies that look like yours in sexy or confident situations. If you've got like a small dick, Google small dick porn, feminist porn. See if those scenarios help to adjust your way of thinking about your own body. Dicks come in so many different shapes and sizes and configurations, and what turns people on is going to be different. I know I can't just flip a switch and change, maybe mean things people have said to you or internalized narratives about what all of this stuff is supposed to look like and what all of it is supposed to do. But it is so important that our collective and individual understandings of sex normalize rejection and include the desirability of all different types of bodies, no matter where they fall along on a spectrum of function or form or gender. Everything we've been taught about sex, for the most part, is a lie and rooted in systems of oppression that we don't even really fuck with. So no matter the size or function of any of your body parts, you are equally deserving of love, of pleasure, to be viewed both by yourself and others as desirable. And if you are someone who is only having sex with people or won't have sex with people because of their dick size, I encourage you to challenge your internalized narratives about pleasure and about sex and about what's sexy or appealing to you. That's it for this week's Bitty Bits. I know this question actually left us with more questions than answers, but I still had a really great time talking about it, and I hope you had some takeaways and things to think about. Please submit your questions to me on Instagram at samantha_bitty or to my website www.samanthability.com.